Hello everyone. I'm back on my YouTube and it's been about a year. I was super persistent with posting videos like once a week when I first started my channel. We were always doing fun things outdoors. I mean, we were new here to Japan, so we're bound to do those fun things, right? Now life has changed a little bit. Well, a lot actually. We had a baby. Her name is Riley. She's the sweetest thing ever. My pregnancy was rough. Like she's completely healthy. There were no complications during, but for me it was rough. I was throwing up like 3 times a day. Like just it was no fun. So my pregnancy started in August. I want to say August, September. Had her in May 21st. So yeah, it's been awesome. Definitely busy though, which is why, busy, which is why I haven't been filming. So I got a job. I work at T's Burritos here on base. It's super fun. And then yeah, I started my maternity leave May 10th. So we're just waiting for her to get to the daycare, which takes a fat minute here on base. So in the meantime, I'm here and I'm going to talk a little bit about the past 9 months and just how I've been rolling. So I'm just going to go right into it. So yeah, when I filmed my last video, we were like, I wasn't pregnant. Then I got pregnant. So in September, I'm just going to tell the story. So in September, I'm not going to go too long. In September, I was working at a Catholic kindergarten here, here in Misawa, not on base though. It's an off base. It's Japanese. It's really awesome. So I was working there, and I was sitting in the classroom one day, and I was like, I think I'm pregnant. Like something in me just told me like I need to get a pregnancy test. So I was like, okay, that's the first thing I'm gonna do after I am done with work. So I text my husband saying, I'm gonna go get a pregnancy test. And he says, I think you're just PMSing. And I'm like, okay, Dr. Chris, but I'm still gonna go get a pregnancy test. So I went to go get a pregnancy test and I got the clear blue one. Spent a little bit more money on that one because I wanted to make sure it was like accurate, you know? So I went home, peed on a stick, and it said I was pregnant. And I kind of just sat there. Didn't know what to say or do or think. Like this is a complete life changer here, right? So I was like, I thought in my mind, do I call Chris right now or do I wait till he gets home and tell him about it? But I couldn't wait. Like I'm not that kind of person to wait for that kind of news, right? So it was like 2 p.m. He still has 2 more hours of work. So I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, that's literally what I was doing. And I call Chris, I FaceTime him, and he's in a dump truck with, like, 2 other guys. And I was like, Chris? And he's like, what's up? And I was like, I took a pregnancy test. And this is exactly how I was talking. And he's like, he didn't say anything. And I was like, I'm pregnant. And then you can hear in the background, like, 2 other guys are like, yeah! And I'm just like, and he's like, wow. I'm like, yeah! Like, what? You know, like, it just didn't sink in at all. So, I was like, he's like, are you sure it's accurate? I'm like, it says pregnant. Like, you know, maybe I can get another one to make sure, but let's just trust this thing. So he came home and we're just kind of like, it's hard, you know, you get that news, or it's not hard, but it's big news. So, especially when you weren't expecting it. So, yeah, we just kind of, it took a few days for it to sink in. Emotions were kind of running everywhere, and I was excited, I was nervous, I was scared, I was everything a new mom would be when they hear that they're pregnant. So yeah. So at the hospital, I made an appointment just because they have to treat you through your pregnancy, obviously they have to have proof that you're pregnant. So they did another test, came out pregnant. So I started my journey, and I just, you just kind of go day by day. You just go into it. You don't have a choice, right? There's a human inside of you, and you're just kind of like, all right, let's do this thing. So I did not know what the heck to expect. I kind of would push on my belly, and I'm just like, there's someone in there, It's just like, it's so weird. So it's amazing though. So through my pregnancy, the first trimester was the worst. I did not clean the kitchen because I couldn't smell anything because it made me puke. I couldn't do anything. I was basically useless. Well, I was useless. So I think I laid on the couch for 3 months, binge watching the Brady Bunch. And it was freezing cold out because it's like October, November, September, October, November, freezing cold out. So it was the holiday season, so they had the haunted house. There were so many fall festivities going on, and I was just kind of missed out on everything because I was sick all the time. Again, so worth it, but yeah, it was hard in the moment. So my second trimester was just around Christmas and the New Year's, and that, when you go into your second trimester, you feel amazing. At least for me and some other people I've talked to, you feel like, oh my gosh, I have all my energy back. Because in your first trimester, you are so sleepy. You want to nap all the time. When I first found out I was pregnant, and even before when I was pregnant, before I found out, I napped all the time. It was just a ritual, a thing I did after work, napped all the time. And I was just extra tired. So that's part of the first trimester for me. Extra tired. I threw up a lot. I couldn't eat much. The smells were huge with me. Excuse me. I wanted to throw up every time I smelled something that I didn't want to smell. It was horrible. Rotisserie chicken, we used to eat that all the time. We do now again, but during my first trimester, Chris would bring home a rotisserie chicken, and I ran to the bathroom. I couldn't smell it. It was just so funny. Or any meats, the meat department. So yeah, that was super not fun. So yeah, throwing up, smells, just you're exhausted. Because you're not carrying a huge baby yet, but you're just mentally and physically drained all the time. So yeah, that's the first trimester. It wasn't easy for me at all. I knew in my head it would be a girl. I just knew it. I have 3 sisters and a brother. My husband has sisters, so I figured, So anyways, it was just in the back of my mind, but we didn't know. So second trimester, I felt amazing. I was like, okay, let's do this. I have my energy back. I want to start cleaning everything, clean, dust all the time. I was more social. I could go out with my husband instead of feeling horrible and wanting to stay in every night. It felt amazing. I just felt on top of the world, and I got more excited for the pregnancy. I wanted to start setting up her nursery. Oh, and I'll do a video of that too. I want to start setting up her nursery. Just every little thing. I was so excited about it. So yeah, second trimester was a breeze. And then the end of the second trimester, you start feeling kind of heavy, because you are. Things kind of blow up. It's fine. Yeah, everything just kind of gets bigger. And you start feeling those back pains. And mind you, I was working my whole pregnancy up until May 10th. My due date was May 16th. So I was working the whole time, and even my coworkers will tell you, I was a hot mess. I was always hot. I couldn't do much, couldn't lift much. I could make a burrito and some coffee, but that's about it. So it was hard. It was so hard, but I'm glad I stayed active during my pregnancy, because I think I've gotten stronger because of it, which is nice, just in general. But yeah, carrying a child right in front of you while you're trying to maneuver through the heat and through everything, it's hard. So anyway, so yeah, my third trimester, it wasn't so much sickness, but it was aches and pains all the time. You're like, oh, what is that weird pain? Like, you have these pains in your insides that you've never experienced, or you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was part of my body. Like, it's just weird. So yeah, it was my second or my third trimester was interesting. My baby also was like underweight, so I had to do NSTs and all that fun stuff, but she ended up being an 8-pound, 14-ounce baby, so I think we're fine, right? But yeah, third trimester, I felt swollen. I could only wear one pair of shoes, and I know everybody relates to this because that's how it is with most mamas at the third trimester. But then I'm so glad that like everything happened the way it did. I'm so beyond thankful that it was a healthy pregnancy and that there were no major complications at all. I was in labor for about 20 hours, but active labor, it was not very long. It took about like 30 minutes for her to come out. I got the epidural and I didn't press the button enough, so I felt a lot of the delivery. And let me tell you, that's a whole nother ball game that we'll get to another time. But it hurt. But like the pain stops like within like 1 second. It's amazing. And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, there's a human right there that I just pushed out. This is amazing. So it was awesome. It was an amazing experience. The hospital here is awesome. Everybody, the whole team is just like exceptional. Like I could not imagine having my baby around another team of nurses. These people are just amazing. They put all of their time, all of their energy, all of their love into making your experience the most amazing experience. So definitely thankful for that. Riley had some jaundice, which is such a common thing. We all had it. So we had to stay there for a few more days, but the doctors were just, like I said, amazing. So I'm so beyond thankful for that. So yeah, all in all, my pregnancy was rough, but I would not trade it for the world, obviously. And so, yeah, so, my husband, during the winter, he has to be home, during snow shift because of the snow here, so they have to be, like, on call since they do the, snow plows, since that's his job. So I had to be home most of the winter, but I did go back to the States, to Seattle, to visit, my in-laws and my family, which was awesome. We did, a baby shower, so that was fun. We got all the things. We had 3 baby showers, actually. I had one at my mom's house, one, in my in-laws' town, and one here. So we got, like, so much, and we're so thankful for everyone's support, and it was just, everything was so fun. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a video another time about, pregnancy, like, advice and things that I would change and stuff like that, just because I don't want to put it all in this. I just wanted to talk about kind of like my pregnancy personally. And so videos to come. I want to do house tours, organizational things. I want to do like a mom tutorial, a mom hair tutorial. Obviously this is like my everyday look because I don't really have much time to do much. And who wants to do their hair in the heat? I mean, it gets frizzy anyway, right? So anyways, thank you for watching. Subscribe. I promise I'm going to post more. I'm not going to go MIA for a year again. Now, and then I'll do videos of Riley, nursery, everything. So subscribe to my channel. I will not disappoint. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, I just got done watching my video and I could hear myself talk, obviously. I have never heard someone say so in like so much in 10 minutes. Holy crap. I need to reevaluate the way I talk and stop adding so many extra pointless words. Anyways, thanks for watching.